Hi, I'm Crystal Beecham, and welcome to the March edition of Pulse of the Parish. We have a great episode lined up for you today as we invite you to grab your things and come along as we ride along with one of our animal control officers from Animal Services and Mosquito Control. We'll also look at the hootin' good time that we had at the 18th annual Owl Night at Walter B. Jacobs. It's a great episode, so let's go. Well, Officer Baker, thank you so much for letting us ride along with you this morning. It's going to be cool to kind of see what animal control officers do in the parish. A lot of people have had questions about animal control officers. What do you guys really do? Why do we need animal control officers here in our parish?
The biggest concern is public safety. We have a lot of stray animal calls, so we deal with stray animal calls, welfare concerns, cruelty, neglect, TNRs, just a variety of calls that the citizens call in about in regards to animal welfare and things to that nature.
So you guys, I know you have a patrol function as well, monitoring animal concerns here, but basically citizens call into Animal Services, call into dispatch, and you all respond. How does that work?
Covers 6 parishes, so we typically get in around probably 100 calls a day. We try to address everything the same day, but sometimes we be on calls longer than we want to because stray animal calls, we may get a dog that may be running loose and don't want to be apprehended at the time. So we have to set a trap in an attempt to capture it. And then on some occasions we have cruelty neglect calls, which is really an investigation. So got to make contact with the owner, collect the evidence and things of that nature to go ahead and complete the case.
So it sounds like you all respond to a variety of different concerns. How many calls would you say that Animal Services gets, let's just say, yearly, in a year?
Approximately, I say around 10,000 calls we respond.
That is a lot of calls, and you're working with the staff. As field supervisor, you're working with the staff of about how many officers?
I have 8 officers now. That covers, like I said, I believe it's 872 miles in Caddo Parish, which we break it up into 6 districts.
So it's 8 officers and over 10,000 calls. Our animal control officers are certainly very busy.
Busy and understaffed.
So with these calls, what would be the type of call that you say you get most frequently?
Stray animal calls. We have owners that either face hardships, financial problems and things of that nature, and some citizens don't know that Animal Services exists. So with not knowing, they tend to let the animals roam loose, thinking that they have a better life than what they can provide for them at that time. And this would drive the stray complaints up with Animal Services.
So you all, y'all get that call and then you respond to the scene, I guess, to possibly check out what's going on, look for the animal, intake the animal. How does that go?
All right, so once we respond, we question the witnesses. We want to make sure we talk to the complainant because the dog may not be visible to us. After we talk to the complainant, then we apprehend it and we scan it for the microchips. It's important to have your animal's microchip due to the fact we have so many animals that get loose, either on accident or the lawn service person may have left the gate open.
Right.
So with the microchip, we'll be able to, once we apprehend it, able to scan it. And if it has a microchip, we'll be able to contact the owner while we're on scene. Instead of bringing it back to the animal shelter, we'll be able to possibly just relocate it back to the owner.
Right, so it's really a way that you all can actually keep animals out the shelter, stop animals from coming in before we ever have to get back to the shelter right here in the field.
Absolutely. Last year alone, we probably returned over 100 pets. Wow. Due to them being responsible and getting their animals microchip.
Wow, so important. So the call or the exercise that we're going to witness today, we're headed out to do what exactly?
We're going to set a cat trap for a TNR cat. We're in the Cherokee Park neighborhood where it tends to have a lot of stray cats.
Okay.
So when we TNR, we basically trap them, take them in, get them spayed or neutered, and then release them back in the community.
So TNR stands for trap,
neuter, release.
Trap, neuter, and release. Okay, so we are going to set that trap and see what happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Officer Baker, we have arrived at the residence where we are going to set the cat trap. What's next?
Basically, I got my officer here, Officer Ramon Washington. He's going to set this cat trap where the cat's most frequent at. Okay. Once we set the trap, we put cat food in it. We set it and we monitor it and we check it every 24 hours. Unless the complainant gives us a call, then we come back and get the confined animal and reset another trap.
Okay, let's go set a cat trap.
So basically what Ramon has is a small cat trap, trap small animals, cats, possums, raccoons, and we vary our trap size. We have medium traps as well as large dog traps, which he has on the back of his truck.
Okay.
For this particular case, we're trapping cats, so we want to go with a smaller cat cage so we can catch it.
Okay, and then we just place the food?
Place the food in the back corner. And like I said, we're just placing it where the cat's most frequent at. So we'll be able to get one by one.
So you're setting the trap too. Talk a little bit about too. I know sometimes they're neighborhood cats, they're friendly neighborhood cats that everyone kind of knows. Should we be feeding the neighborhood cats, or what's the best advice in that situation?
You have a lot of people that feed the neighborhood cats because it keeps down on the rodents. So we try to educate.
Okay.
Once we see them feeding, we stop and we introduce the TNR program to them. Let them know, hey, you can keep this cat, but let's fix it so they won't keep multiplying and then you have 100 cats in one neighborhood.
Okay. So we'll check this trap in 24 hours?
24 hours.
Okay. Well, Officer Baker, thank you again for letting us ride along today. I know this is just one example of the many kinds of calls that you all go on. We talked about over 10,000 calls a year. I know you guys stay busy. Is there anything that you want the public to know, just tips that can help you guys not have to respond to so many calls, but also for citizens to stay safe with their pets?
Yes. Make sure that if you have an outside animal that you're keeping it confined. Make sure that you walk your fence. Make the necessary repairs so that your animal can't get out. Another important tip is get your dog or your cat rabies vaccinated. That is very important. It's imperative that you get this done as well. It's a Louisiana law. And do more research on microchipping and spay and neutering your pets. Like I said, the shelter gets in roughly around 4,000 animals a year. So with getting them spayed and neutered, it cuts down on the population on what we have to take in.
Awesome, but we also want to remind citizens that the Animal Services is here for you. So if you do need any assistance or need to contact an officer, you can contact Animal Services. How do people contact Animal Services if they need assistance?
You can send in an email. You can give us a call at 318-226-6624. Our office is located at 1500 Monty Street in Shreveport, 71107.
Well, all right, Officer Baker, I think we're going to head back to Animal Services, but thank you again for letting us ride along, and thank you guys for coming along as well.
You're welcome.
Owls, and more owls were the focus of the 18th annual Owl Night hosted by Caddo Parks and Recreation. The event was held at Walter B. Jacobs Memorial Nature Park on February 11th. Visitors encountered live owls native to Northwest Louisiana and participated in a variety of activities that highlighted how owls are adapted to their night world. Park naturalists were on hand with the owls to answer questions and provide information about what makes each species unique. In addition to the live owl experience, there were nature presentations, night hikes through the park, nature-themed crafts, and a host of food trucks and free s'mores. It's safe to say, everyone had a hootin' good time. If you've missed this year's Owl Night, we hope to see you next year for all the fun. Well, that's a wrap on this month's edition of Pulse of the Parish. We invite you to join us every month on the first Friday at noon for a look at all of the fun and exciting things happening right here in Caddo Parish. We'll see you next time.